The hate army troll.
It's the hate army,
bro. The hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
Tomorrow is a continuation of Armored Core 6. For those who were here on Friday, I liked the game a lot. So apparently it sucks. Wee-oo, 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 woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I hate to say it, but that always seems to be the reaction of people on the internet these days. If DSP is liking a game, it must be too easy or it must suck. And that's bullshit, because the entire time that people were building up Armored Core 6, they were saying, oh, it's the next game from FromSoft. It's very different from the Soulsborne games. It's a tried and true franchise that hasn't been around in a while. We'd absolutely like to see you play it and see if you like it. So I play it, and I actually really like it. By the end of the stream, I'm customizing my mech for a cool color scheme. I bought the, quadruped or whatever, the 4 legs that can hover. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I can't wait to play again. And I'm very positive. I think the only negative I even had was in the first major boss, which is the helicopter. It's a little frustrating because the game hasn't fully explained the game mechanics yet. But I learned them on the fly, and within like 4 or 5 tries against the helicopter, I beat it. And then everything else was kind of fun, smooth sailing, good progress, upgrading in the mech, having a good time. Right? Having tons of fun. So immediately people are like, oh, this is boring. We don't want to see Phil enjoy a game. That's not allowed. We want to see Phil be frustrated and be tortured and have a bad time. So because Phil likes the game, immediately it can't be a good game. And if you take a look, I'm not even kidding you, the views on that playthrough, on demand on YouTube, are terrible. Even compared to any of the games I've played recently. Seriously. Like, it's pretty much on par with the first few parts of, like, Chrono Trigger. With the few, every other game that I kind of played recently has done better. And I'm like, wow. So all that buildup, right, that people wanted me to play, I told you guys I was going to skip it, and then someone bought it for me because they wanted me to play it so bad. I play it, and it seems like no one really cares. That's disappointing. I hope that's not the case. I certainly hope that if you guys like that playthrough, you'll come tomorrow. We'll have another fun 3-hour stream. I've heard there are very challenging things coming up, that there is like a really tough boss in the game that all streamers are rage quitting on and not continuing on with the playthrough. So I'm going to continue tomorrow. Maybe we'll get to that boss. I don't know how deep into the game it is, but I just upgraded my mech to a different type, and I'm dying to try it, honestly. I'm actually excited about tomorrow's stream, and I hope you guys, again, will join me and give the game a shot. But to me, it was like, people were, oh my god, it's FromSoft. I start playing it, and the first hour, people are liking it because the helicopter's beating me. And then the moment I defeated the helicopter, it was like, all right, I'm out. See you later. And people left. They're like, wait, where are you going? Oh, well, you beat the hard part, so now, we don't want to see you enjoy the game. We're just here to be toxic douchebags. And since you're doing good now, we're out of here. Oh, okay. Like, what the fuck? Really? Like, it baffles me. There was so many people asking me to play Armored Core. You must play Armored Core. You must not skip Armored Core. And I play Armored Core, and I'm liking it. Oh, well, now we're moving on. The game sucks. What the fuck happened? It's such a ridiculous thing. It is. I'm sorry. It's just ridiculous when that kind of attitude hits, or, it pisses me off. I said I was going to take the time to put it into the schedule because you guys wanted it. And then I get that kind of response when I play it because I'm liking it. Again, if I hated the game, if I raged and I shat on it constantly, probably people would like it more. And that's what pisses me off too, because it's like, do you really want to see me just lie? Would you like me to just sit here at every game and act upset and get my blood pressure up and scream like an idiot? Is that what you want? You want a character. Like, how dumb can people be to not understand that people who do that on the internet are a character? It's not genuine. It's just people acting up to get attention from other people on the internet. So why do you want that? This is me being honest and genuine about games, and in a lot of cases, I'm enjoying the games I'm playing today. What's the problem with that? Really? What is the problem with someone being real on the internet? Sorry that I guess you want to watch cartoons. Well, there's plenty of cartoons out there you can watch, the brain dead idiots watching them. Go ahead, watch a cartoon if you really want. But I'm not a cartoon. And it does upset me that people act one way and then give the people what they want. You give it to them. Oh, we hate this. What? I guess I should. Okay. All right, ready? Hold on. I got an idea. You ready? Hold on 1 second. Today on the Level 1 podcast, we talk about how Armored Core 6 is the most overhyped piece of rotten dog shit, petrified dinosaur turd I've ever played. All this and more on today's show. There, are you happy now? Will you tune into the stream tomorrow? You know, it's like, come on. Anyway, I'm just trying to be real with you guys. You know, I've so far, the first 3 hours, I thought the game was good. You know, the thing is, like most FromSoft games, it doesn't have an elaborate story. It's basically just, okay, you're a mercenary, you're being told to go on these missions. So you do the missions, and there's more little comm chatter about the next mission. There's not much to it. I think it's really the core of the game is the gameplay and the hook of having a mech that you're constantly upgrading, changing the appearance, changing, you know, attachments, always kind of building it up a little better, a little tweak here, a little tweak there. I'm sure what's going to happen is there's going to be missions in it where you absolutely have to have a certain build, and we haven't approached that yet, but I bet there'll be times when you won't be able to beat it. For example, I was fighting that last boss, the Juggernaut, and it has a full shield at the front. So you have to be able to hit it from behind. Now, I happen to have equipped missiles that were area of effect, so they were hitting it from behind and stunning it. If I didn't have those, I might not have been able to beat the boss. I might have been able to, like, oh shit, I can't hit this thing at all, and I might have had to go back to reconfigure my mech and redo the whole mission so that I could get back to the boss and fight it in a different way. Luckily, I happen to have the right loadout. I feel like we will have times in the playthrough where that will happen, right? So, I'm excited for tomorrow. I hope you'll join me tomorrow for more Armored Core 6, really. I hope it continues to be good and I like it and you guys like it. Hopefully you'll show up and support and we'll have a good stream together, okay? So earlier we had B-Boy Cyclone who re-upped his membership for a whopping 27 months and says, what's wrong with watching you rage at a FromSoft game? Nothing. Listen, if you enjoy watching me rage at a game, that's perfectly fine. But I'm not even kidding you. The response I'm seeing to me playing Armored Core 6 was, oh, well, it was a FromSoft game, and we were expecting Phil to fail endlessly and rage at it as if it were Dark Souls. He's not doing that. Therefore, this is not fun, and we're moving on, and we're not going to watch or support it. That I don't understand. Like, why do I have to not like a game for there to be enjoyment? Why can't I actually enjoy something and then have it be quality? Why are so many people on the internet based around toxicity and negativity instead of actual genuine joy? That's what gets me. On YouTube right now, if I made a video that said, this is the absolute best game I've ever played and you must check it out. And if I also made a video that said, this is the absolute worst game I've ever played and you must avoid it like the plague and here's why, let me rip it a new asshole, the negative video will get 10 times more views than the positive video. And I can outright show you evidence of that. Not skewed statistics, but realistic ones. All you got to do is head over to my old edited content channel, KO Gaming. I made a video about how Homefront The Revolution was the worst game I had played to that point, and that video got over 1 million views within a couple of weeks. Then I made a video about how Uncharted 4 was my favorite game of the year, and here's why, and that video pulled in a couple tens of thousands of views, and that was it. That's the divisive difference between positivity and negativity, enjoyment and toxicity and hatred. I don't get it. In life, I would much rather be doing something that I enjoy than something that I hate. I would much, much rather play a game that I think is one of the best games I've ever played and share that with you than play a game that I think is a piece of overhyped, underdeveloped, unfinished dog shit and rip it a new asshole. But that's supposedly what people want to see, and that's what I don't understand. Why did so many people on Earth become so fucking negative and toxic? What happened to humanity? Was it always like this? Because I can tell you, back in the day, when I was doing YouTube videos, it was a mix. There definitely were people who were along for the ride, and when I played a great game, people loved that feeling of me enjoying a game and having a good time. My Game of the Year contenders always had the biggest views and big engagement, and everyone loved them. Now it's like, if, you know, because I rarely try to play bad games, oh, well, he's not raging anymore, so we don't care. Like, what? It doesn't make sense to me. I'm very upset about this. I am. Because does this mean that I'm not allowed to just enjoy what I'm doing anymore? I want to enjoy myself. I want to enjoy Armored Core 6. So far, I like it. I'm sure there'll be parts coming up that will be rage-inducing and challenging, but I'm actually having a good time with the game. So now, every time I play it, I have to expect that people aren't going to show up and support, that it's going to have terrible views because I like it? Huh? But if I hated it, and if my first video was, oh my god, the first boss is impossible, and these game developers are assholes for making it this hard, that video would have had 20,000 views. Right now, want to know how many views it has? 2,000 views on part 1. So what the fuck is wrong with people? Honestly, why do people only want this negativity? I don't get it. That's what irks me about Armored Core. And listen, I get it. If you watch me play a fighting game, if you watch me play a Soulsborne game, or maybe a first-person shooter online, and I'm raging, there's hilarity there. I get it. I understand it too. I like the fact that people tune into me for different reasons. But I don't think that just because I like a game, now my playing of that game, I should expect it to be like a big reduced amount of attention and success and support because I like it. That's insane. What is wrong with people that they're so focused on toxicity? Listen, I get it. If you want to see me not like something, and that'll happen, there'll be times when I'm full of rage and things like that. But I want to be able to enjoy games, man. I'm getting older. And as I've told you guys, all right, as I'm getting older, I'm coming to realize, right, I have less time on this planet. I'm not able to do the things I used to be able to do for the amount of times and the extent that I used to do them. Just the other day, the first time I was playing Armored Core, I'm not kidding you, these 2 fingers started to hurt excruciatingly. I had crazy muscle pain and nerve pain in these 2 fingers trying to play Armored Core. And I was like, what just happened? Oh, I think I know what happened. I'm getting older. It's carpal tunnel kicking in. This is a game, when I'm playing it, I literally have to be using all 4 shoulders and all 4 face buttons and the thumbsticks all at the same time to properly maneuver. So I'm holding on to this controller in a way that usually I don't have to when I'm playing other games, and I'm actually getting pain shooting up my arm, right? So with all these things happening, I got to take a look at my time, and especially now that I'm a full-time streamer, I have to make sure that my time being used is meaningful. I can't play every old game that is a piece of dog shit. Why do you think I don't play every knockoff Soulsborne game? In the last couple of years, you guys said, why don't you play Remnant? Why don't you play Thymesia? Why don't you play, what was the one with the robots last year, right? Why don't you play this one? Why don't you play that one? Are you going to play Lies of P? Are you going to play Lords of the Fallen? Hey, why don't you play that? They're all knockoffs. They're all trying to be Soulsborne. You understand? So if I'm going to play Soulsborne, I'll actually play Soulsborne. I'll go back to Elden Ring, and I'll continue on with my run in the game that actually is the name brand. Why do I have to play every game attempting to be what they are? I would rather focus on the good game, because that's how I think is the better use of my time, right? I don't have unlimited time, man. I'm getting older. I'm not 25, 27 years old pumping out videos on YouTube. I'm 41. I got to make the best use of my time that I can. So I'm going to play games that I have vested interest in, or you have an interest in, you want to see me play, and that hopefully are going to turn out to be good playthroughs of enjoyment, not just fucking punishment and rage, and my blood pressure going up, and me freaking out, sweating, and my head getting all red, and me screaming. I got to stop doing that, you understand? I have to. I have to turn into someone who's making games, playthroughs, that are better, not rage-inducing worse rage quits and shit like that. That's for fucking morons. Sorry, it just is. To see someone pump out content like that constantly, that's for an immature, younger audience. Been there, done that. I used to make that content 10, 15 years ago. That's what I pumped out constantly, right? I didn't care about the quality of my playthrough. I just wanted to rush through, get it done, on to the next game. If I shit on the game unfairly, who gives a fuck? No one should be taking me seriously. On to the next game. Today, I am a completely different person. And people still don't fucking get that for some reason. They don't understand that I have changed and evolved, because a lot of the time they don't want to believe that. They just want to think you're the same toxic idiot from 10, 15 years ago. I'm not. I've grown. I've matured. Just because you want to spin it that way for your own very, very toxic personal reasons, so you can keep hate watching me and saying awful things about me and get clickbait views on your junk content, doesn't make it factually true. Okay? So I've had enough of the bullshit. And if I want to play Armored Core 6 and enjoy it, I should be able to. And not have people telling me, well, because you're liking it now, I don't want to watch you play it. What the fuck is that? Let me put it this way. If the only reason you ever want to see me play a game is because you want to see me dislike it and rage at it, then fuck off and don't suggest the game. I mean it. At this point in my life, I don't need toxic suggestions. Ever again. And if Armored Core 6 was a toxic suggestion, you're pretty pathetic, and shame on you. because the game actually is good and deserves to be praised for what I've seen of it so far. I'm not just going to shit on it because you're an idiot and you want to see me get my blood pressure up and freak out. I'm not 5 years old, all right? I'm not trying to copy the angry video game nerd in every video I do. I've become my own person, my own style of content that's meaningful to me and to my audience who comes by and supports me. So I don't need rage views, hate views, and nonsensical idiots coming by and trying to skew what I play and do. All right? And by the way, I'm not saying that every person who wanted to see me play Armored Core 6 is of that mindset. But it certainly seems like there was a large group, because there were people campaigning to see me play Armored Core 6 pretty hardcore. And the moment I started playing it, oh, what's this? What the hell? Oh, he's not dying every 5 seconds. I don't get it. Right? So, there you go. All right? Please understand that. And, I just had enough of the bullshit where again, if you are coming by only for toxicity and negativity, you're in the wrong place. Maybe old Phil, 10, 15 years ago, you would have been able to see that, You'll see some of that when I play Street Fighter and I'm freaking out and my inputs are dropping, I'm having a bad night. But that's not what I'm all about. You're in the wrong spot, all right? So leave. And stop trying to fucking rain on everyone else's parade. And again, if you're someone who only wants that and that you're actually trying to skew my playing of games because of that, you're not wanted here. I'd much rather play games that are going to be meaningful, positive, fun experiences. All right? I don't want to have toxicity permeating all of my content. I don't need it anymore. I'm too old for that shit. To quote an amazing actor, Danny Glover, right? I'm too old for that shit. I don't need you in my life. I don't, okay? Okay. Anyway, Sarah asked, do you feel you get influenced by your audience being negative or not supporting your game? Of course. How could I possibly be an internet content creator that's not influenced by my audience? Right? Again, you want to know when that was? Back before I was a streamer, interactive streamer. Pre-2017, I didn't let anything affect me because I wasn't listening to anyone. I was just completely shut off from any feedback. There was a stream chat that I ignored, and my moderators would moderate it, but I wouldn't even pay attention to the stream chat. It was as if I was sitting here playing a game by myself, right? And then in 2017, I changed all of that. I became an interactive content creator. I became someone who cared about your feedback and constant discussion, telling me what you think, supporting those streams and everything. It all changed, for the better, in my opinion. I feel like this content is much better today being interactive. But how on earth would I isolate myself from feedback, like, for example, Armored Core? Here I am playing the game, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm going to the stream chat, and half the people in the stream chat are like, wow, this game's nothing like Dark Souls, it's boring. It's like, what? Because it's not ultra difficult so far like Dark Souls, immediately the game is boring to them. Like, what kind of a mentality is that? I just don't get that. But of course, that's going to influence me. That's my audience, Some people have outright said that. It's a shame that I don't seem to have complete freedom in the games that I play because I am reliant on an audience to react in a positive way. I am. If my audience in general hates what I'm doing, then I'm doing the wrong thing because I'm making content for an audience. I'm not just making it for me. This is not Dark Side Phil's personal hobby gameplay channel. This is DSP Gaming, a public business that is meant to make content that entertains people, and in turn they support it, and that's how I make a living. It's definitely different, you see?
Typically helps me more than anything.